Hello everybody, True here, your Million G Gamer, and this is my recommendations for the Xbox Ultimate Sale, which is running until the 30th of July this year. There's some really good bargains to be had, and these are my recommendations of games that you may probably not normally have a look at.
February the 12th.
So the first one is Adventure Origins, which is a remake of an old series of PC games. Now, it's not one of the best remakes in the world, but if you are looking for a rather solid puzzle game, then this is definitely one for you. Playing as Adventure, you have to search for the Holy Grail of all things. Now, the game is very ropey in terms of graphical presentation, and the voice acting is an absolute nightmare, but they are genuinely good puzzles wrapped up in there, which makes sense in context with the story. So if you can avoid all the other things that are around it, you are in for a very good brain-taxing puzzle game if that is your kind of thing. So Battle Worlds Chronicles is the next recommendation. It is priced at the silly price of £2.49 in the UK and only $3 in the US. It's a fantastic turn-based sci-fi strategy game. We have to battle 12 different campaign missions, completing primary and secondary objectives. Whilst it doesn't reinvent the wheel and doesn't really do anything to make it stand out, the price of this is a no-brainer if you like turn-based strategy, or if you just want to try and wet your feet in the genre. It's just such a bargain price, it is unbelievable. So the next game is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, priced at the obscene price of £4.45 in the UK and $6 in the US. Now, it's a fantastic game. It's a game where you play as two brothers searching for a cure to their father's ailments. They set off on a journey of adventure which takes them from their village through some troll caves into in the land of the giants, and finally onto where the tree is which can save their father. It's a very sad tale, it's a very harrowing tale, and told with no dialogue as well, which is a very hard thing to convey, but they do a really cracking job. This either can be played solo, where you control both brothers at the same time, which may sound a bit difficult, but it's not. It's very intuitive and very easy. Or you can play it in co-op with a local co-op partner there as well. The next recommendation is Chroma Squad. It's priced at £6 in the UK and $7.50 in the US. It's another turn-based strategy game. This one is kind of set around a Power Rangers-esque TV show, where you play as the Chroma Squad and you have to complete the turn-based battles and predicaments that the game throws in front of you. You have to do it in a stylish way to achieve certain audience ratings. Now, it doesn't really look much visually, but again, we have a solid turn-based tactical strategy game here, where the battles are very, very testing, and the story and writing is very funny to boot as well. So moving on, Deadlight Director's Cut is the next game on the list. It's priced at £2 and $3 respectively. It's a 2D side-scrolling platformer set in a apocalyptic world where zombies have taken over the world. You play as a man in search of his family, and you go on his journey through three pretty strong acts. The second act gets a bit of a bad rep because it's more platform heavy, more trap heavy than the rest of the game, and it's probably the weakest chapter in the game, and it is a very fun experience, which leads to a very genuine and unexpected conclusion. The next one is a complete absolute no-brainer. It's Dishonored: The Complete Collection. It's priced at £26 in the UK and $32 in the US. You get Dishonored 1, Dishonored 2 and Dishonored Death of the Outsider, which is a kind of side story, which is probably the best of the lot in all honesty. You've got 3 cracking games. These games are the best game, some of the best games we've had in the last 10 years. It's a fantastic series and on a weak title above them. So next is a pretty much of a no-brainer for me. It's the Dishonored Complete Collection. If you don't have any of these games, definitely pick this up for a very reasonable price of £26 in the UK and $32 in the US. You get all 3 games, Dishonored 1, 2 and Death of the Outsider, which is kind of like a side story, which is arguably the best of the lot. You get the remastered version of 1, and it's just an absolute fantastic experience. The next one is again, it's another double pack. It's Doom and Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus, priced at £18.48 UK price and $26.40 in the US. Again, two fantastic first-person shooters, some of the best first-person shooters this generation of consoles, and they have them both in that bundle there for less than, well, just over £9 or just over $13 a piece. It's again just absolute no-brainer when bear in mind Wolfenstein was a fully priced retail title just at the very start of this year alone, and now you're getting both these excellent games at this very bargain price. The next one again, another double pack. It's Shinies the Lightning Kingdom and Season After Fall double pack, priced at £12 UK and $16 in the US. Shinies the Lightning Kingdom is an excellent anime cutie kind of RPG, action RPG style game, while Season After Fall offers a brilliant kind of Metroidvania lightish platformer. With Season After Fall, you've got arguably one of the best looking games this generation. It's got beautiful hand-drawn painted graphics there as you have control of the 4 seasons to manipulate the environments to enable you to progress to complete the quest set aside for you. The only downside with Seasons is you do revisit the areas an awful lot, the 4 areas, and nothing much changes in between. You just go there with a new ability, can get over a gap basically, and then carry on your journey. But still a fantastic game that does deserve to be experienced, and Shinies is also a fantastic RPG as well, which will easily give you 15 to 20 hours of gameplay. Next one is another bundle. It's the Metro Redux bundle for £6 in the UK and $7.50. Again, an excellent series. We're getting a new Metro game. We're getting a new Metro game, hopefully very, very soon, which looks absolutely fantastic. But if you want to revisit the original, you can either purchase them in this double pack for £6 and $7.50 respectively, or they are actually on sale individually as well. And little achievement tidbit here: the individual titles actually have separate achievement lists, so technically you can get a lot of gamer score out of this if you do purchase the items separately as well as in the bundle. Moving on to Murdered Soul Suspect, which is priced at £2.40 or $3 in the US, and this one was Games for Gold quite some time ago, but if you managed to not pick it up when it was free, £2.40 is almost free, to be honest with you. Now this one again is another game that fell foul of its release window and nobody actually bought it. It's got a cracking story to it. It's that the gameplay is a little bit meandering, there's not a lot of action going on there, but the story alone is definitely worth experiencing, especially for this giveaway price that they're offering at the moment. Moving on now to Ori and the Blind Forest Definitive Edition for £8 or $10. Again, Ori is probably the definitive 2D Metroidvania platformer of this generation, and it's only available on Xbox, which is absolutely fantastic. And for £8 or $10, this is an absolute steal. Again, beautiful graphics, beautiful art direction, solid platforming and level design. I'm sure you all know what Ori is by now, but this is an absolute steal. And for your achievement hunters then, I believe you do get the regular edition and definitive edition in this, so it is 2 games for the price of 1 in effect. Moving swiftly on to a completely different genre of game, we have Ruiner, priced at £8.37 and $9.99 respectively. Ruiner is a twin-stick shooter, and it's again arguably the best twin-stick shooter this generation. It's a kind of a cyberpunk style game. It's relentless, it's frantic, it's music booming out all the time. The action is almost non-stop and relentless, like a twin-stick shooter should be, and it's mostly fair 99% of the time. You mostly don't feel that you get screwed over, which sometimes can happen in these kind of games, but again, for me, that's a bargain price. The next title again is an almost giveaway at this price, the Count Lucanor. It's again a game a lot of people will probably have overlooked. This is only priced at £2.99 in the UK and $4.49 in the US, and it is I would say it's kind of like an RPG kind of puzzle game, but there's no combat as such in the game whatsoever. Play as a child who leaves his mother. He's a horrible child, to be honest with you. He leaves his mother after having an argument and goes to seek his fortune, and stumbles into the castle of the Count Lucanor. He's tasked by this creature to discover his name so he can get an audience with the Count. And then what transpires is a very clever puzzle game where you have to negotiate various traps, find certain items to collect these letter cubes which will spell out the Count Lucanor's servant's name so you can get this audience. And then when you finally do that, a twist is thrown in there where you have to do further things to see the Count. It's just really a great pixelized adventure, and again, for this price, it's just worth a shot. Even if you've got an inkling of interest in this game, for £2.99 or $4.49, it's just they're almost giving it to you. The next one is also a almost giveaway title, This War of Mine, The Little Ones, priced at £4 and $5 respectively. Again, we play video games to be entertained, but This War of Mine is a very harrowing, sad story. It does really bring home the realities of war, where you have to kind of run a house full of survivors with very little resources, scavenging through rubble, and then venturing out into the war zone at night, where you have to make a series of moral decisions, which I know this is a term used quite a lot in video games, which does have game altering decisions throughout. Like, you may visit an old people's house and stealthily go into their home and steal their food or steal their fuel, for example, and then you may revisit later on in the game and find out they've starved to death or frozen to death due to the elements. So every action you take in this game almost has sweeping repercussions through the game world, and it is a very, very harrowing tale, but a very well done and respectively told story, and a very, very stiff challenge in trying to keep the household of strangers not only functioning but surviving and keeping their morale up so they don't have a mental breakdown and give up on life entirely. So a fantastic title, and for that price, like I say, it's just a no-brainer for me. Another one, Valiant Hearts The Great War, priced at £4.80 and $6 respectively. Another brilliant 2D title here, which is it's not a platformer, it's a 2D adventure game where you have to find objects and then use them in the scenes to progress things. You play as a number of characters throughout the game, and it starts off where the war tears apart a family. The father and the to-be son-in-law get separated. One of them's on the Allied forces and one of them's on the forces of the Germans. And it just tells the story of conflict between these two, that when their paths cross during the war zone, what do they do? What actually happens? And it's a very harrowing tale that takes in a lot of locations. It's very sensitively done and just brings home, again like the previous title, the realities of war and what kind of impact it makes. But for that price, it is again an absolute steal. And the final title on my recommendation list is a third-person shooter. It is a Zombie Army Trilogy, priced at £8 or $10 in the US. This is again another hidden gem of a game which a lot of people have just started to discover thanks to its introduction onto Game Pass. It's basically Sniper 2, but it's kind of like a Sniper 2 mod where the Germans have been replaced by zombies, and this game is relentless. The amount of zombies it throws at you is insane, and the absolute solid sniper engine that the game is set around makes this a very thrilling third-person shooter, which can be played with up to 4 players as well online. And this game's got a bit of a revival, like I say, with it appearing on Game Pass. So that's all my recommendations for the Xbox Ultimate Sale, which runs until the 30th of July. I hope we've shone some light on some titles that you may not have usually considered, and if you do decide to buy one, please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it or not. Hopefully you did, and watch out for more videos and more content coming soon. Remember to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. It does really help and let you be notified when I do upload new content, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.